Hey, I'm Jessica with Electra and today I am sharing how to get beautiful glowing skin even if you have oily skin. So a lot of times when you have oily skin, you want to just matte everything down, which is great. And matte and like flat is so beautiful, but sometimes you want a little glow in there. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to need your foundation, obviously, kind of a fluffy brush. This is super old. And then you need 1 to 2 powders depending upon what you want. If you do want that nice, just kind of regular satin finish, just grab a basic translucent powder. This is my favorite, the RCMA No Color Powder from Beautylish. It's where I get it. And all these products I will link on my Like to Know It page. So make sure you follow me there, or there's a link in my bio that says Shop My Posts. Or there's also a Shop My Insta tab on my website now if you want to go that way. Just a great translucent powder, loose or pressed, doesn't matter. And then if you really want to get glowy, this is kind of a glowy, shimmery sort of powder. Becca makes one. It's like her candlelight powder. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder. Whatever you want. You could technically even use a very soft highlighter. But what we're going to do is basically sandwich our foundation in between 2 layers of powder. Wayne Goss is the first person I saw do this a while ago, and I experimented with it. I didn't love it, but I've been messing with it and I think it's great. And here's the key. This is something that I think is really important. So what you're going to want to do, you see how my skin is basically wet right now. I have doused it in an extra layer of moisturizer. So I did my skincare and then I put on another layer of moisturizer. So my skin has a lot of tack to it right now. Now, if you have super oily skin, you're good to go. I just have super dry skin. But you want to make sure that your skin has some slide and some slip to it for this to work. So you're going to take either powder. If you want the glowy look, I say go for the glowy powder. Otherwise, just grab your powder. We'll come to this in a second. And your fluffy brush. Load up and just start pressing the powder all over your face. And I'm already prepped and primed, so I'm going under my eyes and on my eyelids too. And I'm pressing, you'll see why, because we don't want any of the product to drag or get stuck in any spots. We just want to cover the skin first. And you'll feel it when the brush starts to kind of slide instead of drag, you'll know you're there. So then start to buff. You could technically use a powder puff for this too and just push everything in really well, but I like this method. And the reason this works is because you're adding a glowy product, but it's still prime or powder. So the powder is what absorbs the oil. But if it has like light reflecting properties, you'll still get that nice glowy look. All right, so we're done with that. Now our skin is no longer has that tack. It's very, very, like it's just soft and smooth and it's glowing right now, again, because we used a glowy powder. This is gonna shine through the foundation beautifully. If you're not a fan of glowy, use the regular translucent powder. So I'm gonna take my foundation. I'm just gonna use one pump. This is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. And you can apply this however you want. Beauty blender. I just always apply stuff with my hands because I think it's easier and I think it gives you a more natural finish. So foundation is on, you can see it's very glowy, and this is where you go in with your second layer of powder. So I just dumped some of my translucent powder into the lid and I'm using the exact same brush and again pushing it all over the face. And you'll see the shine's about to go down now, but because we used a glowy powder beforehand, you're gonna get that glow through the makeup, but you're not going to have your oily skin come through and those natural oils that we all have, because that first layer of powder is going to lock everything in. So this is what it looks like when you're done. You have 2 layers of powder around the foundation, but one of those layers is glowy if you want it to be. So I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup real quick and I'll show you how it comes out. And here we are. So in my mirror, I look fine. With the light, I look a little shiny, but I haven't put any powder on, and normally I would at this point. So it really does lock in your makeup, keep you from getting all shiny too early. I'm going to take a little bit of that translucent powder we use, because this is where I put concealer. I haven't even set that yet. This, like, the powder grabbed onto that. And then just a little bit right here. And that's it. So there you go. I hope you'll try this if you're someone who struggles with keeping the oil in check. I wish I had that problem because it means you're going to look younger longer. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.